So good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this live session of our e-learning course, which is the Healthy Kids Cooking course. To begin with, I would like to thank you all to find time and to make time from your busy schedule to attend this session, and hope you find this session insightful and enjoy the session. Before we begin, I'd like to take you through some basic housekeeping points that we need to keep in mind to ensure that the session goes undisturbed. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would request all of you to keep your microphones on mute so that there is no disturbance, as well as your phones on silent. In case you need to communicate or ask any questions, all communication is going to be through the chat box. And with your questions, we request you to stick to the topic, and you may take notes for future reference if required. I believe most of you would also be familiar with what WellCure is all about. And for the ones who are new to this platform, I just take this opportunity to introduce you to WellCure, which is an online natural healing platform where we promote a lifestyle synced with the laws of nature for optimal health. So there are various sections on our platform. You can download the app through Google Play or the App Store. So now I take this opportunity to welcome our program facilitator. A very warm welcome, Sai. To introduce you all to Sai, she is a certified holistic nutritionist. She, with her master's in yogic sciences, she's a trained yoga instructor, and she takes regular yoga and clean eating sessions for adults as well as children. And as much as I understand, for corporate sales, she takes some corporate sessions as well. So Sai is somebody who loves to share her passion and her knowledge and promote this natural lifestyle because she has personally adopted it and she has seen the benefits, the health benefits. She was earlier from an IT background, as she's seen the health benefits of adopting this lifestyle. And now, like I mentioned, she loves to share her knowledge through such workshops. Towards that endeavor, she partners with WellCure also for live workshops related to the topic. And today she's here to share insights about kids' food and questions we have related to kids' food and their eating habits. So I would welcome Sai and hand over the session to her. A very warm welcome, Sai. So over to you.
Thank you, Shweta. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. So today's agenda is basically this. I'm going to take you through 6 very simple rules when it comes to kids eating. And then I will explain about why is the need in the current times like this to learn nutrition about kids, right? And then how are we going to do
Ma'am,
is Sai audible?
Not coming.
Yeah, Sai, you're not audible.
am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So I just request everyone to be on mute. And agenda for today's session is going to be, I'm going to explain 6 very simple rules, but very effective rules when it comes to kids and eating. And then why is the need to attend this course, and how are we going to cover all the kids' nutritional needs through this course. Okay, so okay, I can still see some comments like I'm not audible. Shweta, I'm audible, right?
You're audible, Sai. Please go ahead, and I would request others to please check on their connectivity issues if any.
Right. Okay. So let's start with first thing first. Why is the need to eat healthy, especially for our kids in today's times? We all know that we are going through this pandemic situation, and all that we are looking for is immunity building foods for our children so that we all can go through this pandemic with a highest level of immunity, because what our kids are eating today is going to determine their tomorrow. Shweta, can you please mute everyone? Yeah, thank you. So see, whatever you are going to serve your child as next snack or maybe dinner or tomorrow morning's breakfast, that is going to decide how he is going to fight any infection that can come. It is not only about infection, but right now that is what we all of us are thinking about, right? And before I go into that, I just want to quickly take you through 6 simple rules for kids healthy eating. Next slide, please. And as Shweta told, please keep all your questions, please keep noting down all your questions. After I complete what I want to share, I will be answering each and every question. Next. So rule number 1, if it came from a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't. I want all of you to sit with your children and explain this concept to them. Made in a plant means made in factories, okay, which is dead food. And we know that by the time it comes out, the expiry date of such products 3 months or 6 months also. Then we understand that this is not food, but this is food-like substance, where so many other additives, preservatives, flavors, and colors are added to food to make it attractive. I know that sometimes there is advertisement, no, where they sell poppins, the fruit flavored poppins, sweets, and they say that you get fruit power. So we just have to think that sugar is coming from plants, directly from plants. What all comes from plants? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, right? All these are good sources for our children, but not everything that is made in the factory or plant. Next. Rule number 2. See, I am sharing all these rules because they come really handy. Many times we take our kids for shopping, grocery shopping in the malls. So avoid food with more than 5 ingredients and something which a 10-year-old cannot pronounce. This is very, very important. If you see, for example, some biscuits, and the ingredients of the biscuit has vegetable oil, flavor enhancers, E621, E635, E300, contains gluten and contains protein extract. And we really don't know what all these ingredients. If a 10-year-old can understand, we can understand what is wheat flour, what is sugar, what is oil, but all other things are not to be eaten. They are again food-like substances, but they are not food. So this is a simple rule you can teach your children whenever you go out or whenever they order something. Teach them to read the labels along with the ingredients. If it has more than 5 ingredients, it's a strict no for any of the outside store-bought product. Okay, so this was simple rule number 2. Next rule, please. Avoid foods that have some form of sugar. Now, sugar is hidden nowadays. It's a very, very dangerous food item, refined white sugar, and it comes under various forms. You know, there are 64 different names in which you will find sugar in different store-bought food items, right? So in the next slide, I'll tell you what are those names. Shweta. So they come under as corn syrup, maltose, molasses, fructose, cane. I mean, there are different types of names, but all of them indicate that it is refined sugar. We have to stay away from all the refined products, especially sugar, because it reduces immunity considerably. So anything store-bought item, if it has any of these 56 names of sugars, then we are going to stay away from it. Next. Avoid foods you see advertised on television. Now, we know that how much money goes behind coming up with these products and marketing and selling them. You will be surprised to know that in each of these big food packet companies, they have a separate R&D team, research team, where they are finding out the combination of oil, salt, and sugar. How much oil, salt, and sugar I should put in this particular food item so that it becomes addictive. And once it is addictive, we cannot stop after eating that one chip or one biscuit or peanuts, right? So whatever you buy from, whatever is advertised on the television, till now, at least we are fortunate enough that they are not advertising fresh fruits and vegetables on the television. Once that starts happen, we still have to rethink about from where it is coming from, right? So anything that is advertised on television, food item, it's a strict no. Understand that it's a dead food, it's a trap, and they know that if we open that packet of chips or biscuits, we won't be able to keep it down until we finish it. And then our kids will get into that addiction of eating excess salt, sugar, and oil, and then it is very, very difficult for our kids to make them eat healthy food. Even though you make tasty, healthy, homemade food, they won't be able to enjoy it because their taste buds have undergone modification because of eating this extra salt, sugar, and fat. Next, please. Shweta, next slide. Rule number 5 is eat only foods. Okay. Eat only foods that will eventually rot. See, food, anything that is natural and which comes under food category should have 3 things in it. It should come with water, fiber, and life. Life is nothing but nutrients. So micronutrients as well as macronutrients, right? Now, whenever you process, for example, this apple, if you make juice out of it, if you remove the fiber, if you add sugar, if you add preservatives, and if you pack it in that apple juice ka can and sell it, okay, we are losing so many things. We are losing life, temperature sensitive vitamins, we are losing fiber, we are also losing water. So that's the reason we have to consume food with the enzymes which are responsible to digest the food and absorb the life or nutrients in it. And that's the reason if you see in this picture, there is this biscuit, no life is left in that biscuit. What is the source from which that biscuit is made up of? It is made up of grains, wheat grains, and maybe sugar cane, right? And maybe cacao beans. But in the form in which it is presented, nothing is left. Natural water is removed, natural fiber is removed, natural nutrients are removed, and what you can see is only a food like material which is going to load our gut, especially for our kids. They are not going to feel hungry after eating this, and their taste buds are modified, so they will not enjoy the salad or fruits that will give you. So that's why eat only foods that will eventually rot. That means which has live enzymes in it. What are the foods which will rot? Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, fresh nuts and seeds, and grains which are not processed. That means whole wheat, rice, millets, maybe little bit processed form like poha, rava, that is fine. Okay, so that is rule number 5. And then the next and the last rule, rule number 6. Okay, so this is also very, very important. No snacks, no seconds, no sweets except on days that begin with letter S. That means Saturday and Sunday. Or if you can have a rule at home that only on Sunday I'm going to eat junk food, that will be great. Now, each family, so many people stay together, and it is very, very important to remove the existing junk from your kitchen. Now, how to do that? Because each person has his or her own favorite comfort food in the kitchen pantry, which is junk, right? So we have to sit together, maybe around the dinner table, and discuss this, that we are going to remove the junk food from our daily food intake. But that doesn't mean that you have to remove it for life, because kids, you know, that they really crave for junk food, and they see their peers around, friends around eating junk food. So we can't remove it completely in first step. So you discuss with them, okay, what is that, how much when do you want to eat junk food? Maybe once a week we will have a junk meal time, right? So then you can decide yourself, and on that day, that time, each person gets to choose their favorite junk and eat it. But after that, whole of the week, there is no junk visible. So generally, like how we did in my home is we just carry the big bag and we read out all these rules. Okay, check the ingredients. More than 5 ingredients, it's not for us. It is not made with plants, not for us. And then go on dumping all the junk from your kitchen in that big bag and keep that bag up somewhere, out of sight, out of mind. Right? And once that happens, then only on the desired day, say Sunday evening, Saturday morning, whatever time you come up with, each person gets to choose one junk item and eat it, enjoy it thoroughly, and again keep it back. Right? So that was rule number 6, how to manage junk food. Because see, understand that unless you remove the junk food from home, whatever clean food you add, whatever homemade tasty food you add back, your kids are not going to enjoy. Just imagine you have Pringles that or whatever, potato chips with you, and you make some potato cutlet as a snack for your children. But if they know that chips are lying around in the kitchen, why will they touch your potato patty or kebab or whatever you have made, right? So that's the reason removing junk food is step number 1 if you want to start the journey of your children eating clean. So I thought in today's session, we will just quickly cover these basic 6 rules, which are very simple to implement and very effective. And now I will talk about how this course is going to help you further in this journey. So, okay, let me finish all my sharing and then I'll take all your questions one by one. So next slide, Shweta. Next slide, please. Yes, see, why is the need of this course, which is focused on kids' healthy eating? The major, there is a lot of confusion when it comes to nutrition, first of all, and when it comes to kids' nutrition, the confusion is more, right? Every day we are bombarded with these advertisements of superfoods. You have this powder added in your milk, and then height will grow, the weight will grow, and protein, so much of protein our kids need. So, have protein in each bite. And there is so much of contradictory and confusing information available nowadays. That's the reason we need to understand what is real health. What do you mean by real healthy food, right? The food which goes close to nature, close to natural form. That means fruits and vegetables. These are going to give you micronutrients and added chemically, right? So it's very important to understand what is real health, and we have in detail covered all the nutritional requirements for this course. So how much calcium, how much protein, how much carbohydrates, how much other micronutrients, everything is covered in this course. Next, please. Okay, now many of us, since last 1 year, we are in lockdown. Well, many of us are not, we are not sending our kids to school. And so that they are all the time at home asking for tasty food, isn't it? Every 2 hours, our children are asking us, I am hungry, give me something to eat. So what to make for them? And that also healthy. We can't afford to buy these junk foods for our children. Please understand that. No buying of chips, biscuits, cereals, namkeens from outside, because we keep our best food forward when it comes to immunity and health. Right? Then what to make for the kids? Is snacking okay? How many times a day can my child? Now what has happened is because everybody is at home, we all are hungry all the time. Right? So exactly what should be there as snacks? What should I serve and what to avoid? Now, all these questions we have answered in this course, where we have given you enough of recipes for mid-meal snacks, even enough of recipes for your lunch and dinner menu. Because we all are at home, even as parents, we are tired of cooking same type of food, same type of dal, rice, roti, sabzi. Maybe our kids are also bored. and they are craving for some restaurant style food, right? Keeping that in mind, we have included a lot of interesting recipes, including risotto, including falafel, burrito bowl, and so many interesting things which are very tasty, very nutritious, but you can make them quickly. Right, so that is the intention. So we have added those recipes as well in course. Shweta, next. Okay, so if you see, we have categorized the course under 5 categories, basically the recipes. Okay, food for fun. So there are lots of recipes of pizza, burger, cookies, cupcakes, generally the junk food that kids crave for. Okay, so we have a separate category. We have almost 10 video recipes under that section for you and many more text recipes. Then easy lunch ideas. As I told you, see, it should be easy. Even our children who are above the age of 6, everybody can make their own lunch. Why not? Like DIY recipes are there. So you just have to keep whole wheat bread, or you bake your own bread and keep it ready. Make some dips and stuffings ready. Chop some vegetables and keep them ready. And whenever your children are hungry, they just have to go and make their own sandwich and eat. Right? You can make some tikkis ready, some chutneys ready, and keep rotis or chapatis ready. And each person, your child, will be able to make their own chapati roll, which will have all the nutrition in it because it will have vegetables, raw vegetables, steamed vegetables, protein, fat, of course, good fat. So all that is there in easy lunch ideas. Then meeting nutritional needs. Some of us are little worried about calcium and protein and iron and other micronutrients. So there is a separate recipe section where you will have calcium rich recipes, iron rich recipes, and protein rich recipes, so on and so forth, right? Again, in whole food plant-based diet that we follow and we recommend for everyone, including kids, we don't generally have to focus on any macros or micros, but whenever we make something which is calcium rich, it feels good and even kids enjoy that particular food. That's why we have made this a special category, which is meeting nutritional needs. There is another category, exciting fruits and veggies. Now, when it comes to grains or dals, our kids can easily eat everything. But when it comes to fruits, many of the kids are okay consuming fruits. They really love fruits. But when it comes to vegetables, especially in the raw form, where they are full of micronutrients, that's where we need little help for our children, right? So under this section, we have very exciting salads, smoothies, and different recipes, even vegetable pasta. Those are part of this section. And then there are some basic recipes, because we are going to stay away from 5 processed foods or 5 poisons, we call it as: refined flours, refined sugar, refined oil, refined salt, and dairy products. Now, because we are going to stay away from these, we are going to use alternatives for these. So instead of going for refined sugar, you are going to learn how to make date paste, how to make dry date powder or raisins paste, then how to make almond milk, how to make coconut milk. We have added such, or how to make hummus, how to make cashew cheese, to make different dips. All those recipes are also covered as a part of basic recipes. Right? So this is how the recipes are divided in the course. Next. Yeah, so again, whatever recipes we have, this is just one example. You can design your own menu using the recipes in the course. So there are DIY recipes, as I told you. Sandwiches are there, bean and rice burrito bowl are there, wraps, different wrap options are there. Italian, you can have your own Italian menu, because there is risotto, pasta, and pizza. You can have your birthday party menu. See, when it comes to parties, that's when generally our kids are exposed to a lot of junk, and then invariably next day they will have stomach upset, tummy upset. So it's very important to even plan your parties mindfully with clean food, right? So there is a cake recipe with the icing. There are potato and fries, that means without oil potato fries, chocolate milkshake. Summer special recipes are there, popsicles and ice creams. Ready to eat snacks are there. So you can create, basically, we have given you enough recipes so that you can create your own menu. Next, please. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share. Now I can keep the session open for discussion. Shweta, you want to finish the structure first and then?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who would possibly not know too much about the course. So
Okay.
I'll take some time just to mention what all is covered, and then we can open the house for questions.
Sure, sure. So people, now Shweta will take you through actual course details and then we will open the session for Q&A. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this course has been curated by Sai herself. So in the course, you will find this collection of 50 plus recipes. So some of these recipes are video recipes and some recipes are in the text format. These are all step-by-step videos, and these are all studio videos done very systematically and easy to follow. And whether it is video recipes or text recipes, all have been compiled in a recipe ebook, which you can download from the e-learning platform. Other than the recipes, the course incorporates videos about various health concepts. So, some of the aspects that Sai briefly touched upon today. So she has, dealt with all those concepts in detail in these videos, where you get an understanding, and the confusion regarding healthy kids food will get cleared, and you also get some tips and tricks to help your children eat healthy. So that's what is included in the course. And this slide is basically referring specifically to the video recipes under the different sections. I mean, I'll maybe have it on the screen for some time for your reference. So I think we can say now open for Q&A, and so I'll just finish this slide. Maybe whoever wants to enroll themselves for the course, for the Healthy Kids cooking course, learning course, may I request everyone to please be on mute? Yeah, so you can scan this QR code, or if you want to make a GPay or a Paytm payment, the details are on your screen. And if you register yourself till the 6th of June, that is till Sunday, we have a 20% off offer right now running. So this is of course a limited period offer. So if you go to the payment page, you can use this code ENDR20 and you'll get a 20% discount on the original price of the course, which is 999. So this will have the screen on in case anybody wants to pay. And yeah, of course, in the Q&A, you can ask your questions related to course or related, if you have any sales kind of queries, please feel free to ask. I will now request my colleague Karishma to please take up the questions that people are posting in the chat box.
Yes. So shall I begin up with the questions?
Yes.
Yeah, Karishma.
Okay. So Shivanshi is asking that her kid is 4 years old, but his weight is very low. So what should she do for that?
Okay. So see, at that age, at 4-year-old, we can't go on feeding the children multiple times. If he is hungry, if your child is hungry, of course, feed him something which is nutritious. Don't expose him to junk food at all. But what I would say is, if he's very active, if he's running around and if he's playing, okay, sorry. If he's running around and if he's playing around, you don't have to worry about weight, because there are certain periods in child's life where for certain time he will gain weight, for certain he will gain height. So don't worry too much if he's otherwise very active, and if he's not falling sick often, then don't worry. Only when he comes to, can you please keep yourself on mute, people? Give him food only when he comes to you and say that I am hungry. When you will do that, then he will be able to, then he will eat anything that you give him. But if you go behind feeding him certain nutritious food which he doesn't like, when he is not hungry, then it will be a challenging situation. So I feel that you don't have to worry if he's active and not falling sick. Weight and height throughout the time they are growing, that will go up. So don't worry, just make sure whenever he is coming to you with hunger, you feed him correct, right, clean food. That will definitely, and make sure that he doesn't have any digestive issues. Generally, if he is unable to digest, stomach upset multiple times, then maybe the weight takes a toll. So just just make sure that his digestion issues are not there, and that should solve the problem. Yeah.
Okay. Rishi is asking, are recipes video based?
Half of the 50% of the recipes are video based, 50% are in the text form.
Okay. Kamala is asking how to prepare date syrup.
So Kamala, it's covered in the course. So it's there. Yeah.
Okay. Pallavi is asking, only recipe ebook available?
I don't think so. As a part of this course, you will get recipe ebook plus access to the theory videos which I have made, like how much calcium, how much protein, what is clean food, what is plant-based food for kids. All those videos access you will get as a module, e-learning module, along with video recipes and e-recipe and the booklet. You won't get only booklet, you will get all these things.
So actually, I'd like to add here. So the video content will be available to you for the validity period that you have for the course, which is 90 days. You have access to the course for 90 days. But recipes, like I said, all the video as well as text recipes are there in the ebook. And ebook you can download. The videos cannot be downloaded.
Okay. So Debomita is asking how to download it. Can I get the link? I don't know what she's trying to ask.
Debomita, if you're referring to the ebook, it is a part of the e-learning course, which is a paid course. You can register yourself for the course. And like I said, then you'll be able to access all the videos and you will be able to download the ebook from there.
Okay. Renuka is asking, as you said, having junk on one day in a week, how about using the recipe you provide in course, for example, muffin, throughout the week?
Yes, so Renuka, there are some recipes which come under food for fun. Okay, let us not get into this habit of eating food for fun every day, even though each of the recipe under food for fun, say pizza, pasta, burger, muffins, cake, icing, everything is clean. When I say clean, no refined products and they are good. Still, we should not develop this habit of eating this type of processed food, even though we are using clean ingredients, but it is processed, right? To make cake, you will be adding baking soda. So every day exposing our kids' tummies, which are very delicate, to these chemicals like baking soda, even though in less quantity. In baking, we do use baking soda. In making bread, we do use yeast, right? And then there is a lot of processing that happens to make that muffin. Even though you are making banana walnut muffin, which is completely clean, but you are not going to give your child nutrition of that banana, because in which form you are finally converting that fresh natural banana into a muffin. So of course, some nutrition is lost there. Food for fun recipes to be used only for fun occasions. Occasionally, if there is a party or once a week, that's a good idea. Rest of the days, please make something with lots of fruits and vegetables instead of making these processed baked goodies that we have given it. We have provided it because we don't want, even on parties, kids to be eating anything that is store-bought, right? I hope I answered your question. Yes.
Okay. Sri Rajeshwari is asking, there are many few recipes, free recipes on YouTube itself. So in what ways yours is different?
Okay, so Rajeshwari, I don't know exactly which recipes you are referring to, which are free on YouTube. At least most of the free YouTube recipes that I have seen are not 100% clean. They really don't understand what is the meaning of health, because they use a lot of refined products. Maybe one or two superfoods they use and they call it as healthy. At least that is my experience. In your experience, if you feel that those recipes are clean enough, please go ahead and follow them. But in this course, we have also explained the why behind it. Like if I tell you don't give your children animal products, of course you will ask me why. Unless you are convinced about the why, you won't be able to implement it. You won't be able to convert it into actual recipes and follow it, right? So we have covered the whys about all these myths also, and what is real healthy food. And then we have, based on those golden principles of clean eating, we have made the recipes. So if you understand these principles, and then if you find recipes matching these principles, please go ahead and use those YouTube recipes.
So I'd also like to add here that I like, for example, personally, if I share my experience, I'm myself a mother, and I also keep YouTubing for recipes. However, what we have experienced from our live cooking courses or from other cooking courses on our e-learning platform, so the Q&A support is very critical. So a lot of people who register for these workshops, when they are using these recipe videos or the recipes, so they get this Q&A support. So if you register for this course, while making those recipes, Sai is there. You can ask your questions throughout the course, and Sai is going to be there to support you for all your queries.
Yeah, that is there. You will get support if you have any questions during when you go through this course. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is Suman Dave is asking, how many days course is it? What is the mode of learning and how many days course?
So it's an e-learning course. That means you will get access to all these videos and recipes and the theory sessions. And at your own convenient time, you can go and access all those modules. As and when you get any question, there is a place where you can keep asking your questions and we will answer them. So it's a e-learning module based on your convenience. You can access it. 90 days you will get access to, that is 3 months, you will get access to all the video recipes and the course material. But the recipe booklet you can download and keep it with you. Even after 3 months, you can use it.
Okay. Kamala is asking, I've already paid 999. Will you give refund?
Kamala, no, I'm afraid this is like an offer which has come up. This is an Environment Day offer, which we are running on the course right now. After this, the course would again be back on the 999 price.
Okay. Ravinder Kaur is saying that my kids are lean and don't feel hungry. So what to do?
Just leave them. Now this advice may be it is difficult to implement, because we are thinking from the time we wake up in the morning till we go to sleep, oh, what should I feed my child? My child should eat 4 times in a day. Breakfast he should have nice, properly he should have lunch. But that doesn't happen because our kids are distracted by many interesting things that are happening around them, right? Maybe they are busy solving some puzzles or playing with their friends or doing something that they don't feel interested in eating food. That's the reason many times young children, they don't eat the way we want them to eat or in the proportion we want them to eat. Don't worry, don't go behind them feeding them food, but wait for them to come to you. And believe me, for first 1 week, you have to give this and try this and have all the other family members also on board with this idea that unless they come, we are not going to give them food. And slowly, when they understand that only when we are hungry, we are asking and we are getting food, they will form their own pattern of eating. Maybe they are not hungry at 12 o'clock when all others are having lunch. It is possible, right? Slowly, they will come together and you will be able to have common meal time. But till that time happen, don't go with food, don't run behind them, let them come to you. And when they come to you, give them only healthy food. If they are really hungry, they will finish it. If they are not hungry, they will not eat it. It's okay. Okay, wait for their hunger and wait for them to come back. So don't worry if they are lean. Leanness doesn't, it's not a correct indicator. If they are very active and if they are doing all other things, they don't have any body pain, they are not falling sick, then you really don't have to worry.
Okay. Gayatri is asking that, ma'am, if you are giving fruit juices, can we strain the juice? But will the fiber be lost?
Yes, when you strain the juice, fiber is lost. Instead of juices, give them smoothies. What is the difference between juice and smoothie? Smoothie has everything of that fruit. You are not throwing anything, but it is still liquidy. Kids can still drink it instead of chewing the fruit. But when you make juice and when you strain it, the fiber is lost. The fiber, the outer covering of a fruit, has 40% of the micronutrients, and we are throwing that when you strain it. So don't develop this habit of giving juices to your kids on daily basis. Daily basis, give them smoothies or whole fruit. Okay, only occasionally on exceptions, if you are going out for a trip and you carry some juice, it's okay. Otherwise, no to juice and straining.
Shraddha is asking, my daughter is 13 months old. What should she eat?
So slowly, Shraddha, you need to wean her off. This is a very specific question, not it doesn't come under the scope of today's meeting and agenda, but still, I will tell you slowly you have to wean her off of breast milk and slowly give her finger foods, easy to digest vegetables, fruits. Now, this is the time you need to introduce tastes to her, taste of different fruits, taste of different vegetables, and keep trying. Initially, first time when she will boiled apple or steamed apple, she may not like it, but you have to keep trying. See, try it at least 3 months, every alternate day, eat fruit before you decide that she doesn't like this or that. This is the time to introduce tastes of different fruits.
ఇందాక 3 ఉన్నారు 4:30కి నేను థర్డ్ జాయిన్ అయినా
Okay, please keep yourself on mute.
అత్త కోర్స్ ఎన్రోల్ చేసుకోవాలి నా కోర్సు.
Okay. Sweetie is asking how many days course and timing. So this we have already told that it's an e-learning course.
Yes.
Yeah. Advik Sethi is asking, my son is 12 years old. He is 52 kg and height is 140 centimeter. Is it okay? Also, he is having some skin allergy problem. What is the reason and how to cure?
Yeah, so again, this is a very personal case, and you may need a one-on-one consultation for that from experts. But still, I think he's on the higher side. I don't have my calculator, but I think the weight is little on the higher side for him. So you'll have to take care of that, removing all the junk food. Skin allergies generally are related to dairy and dairy products. That is one way. Of course, exposing to sunlight, making him do sunbathing regularly can also help, and along with changing foods to more nourishing foods, that is more of natural fruits and vegetables in his diet. So 2 ways you can work: remove the junk food and increase more of fruits and vegetables content in his food, and of course remove animal products.
Okay. Ankita is asking how to remove distraction while eating.
See, who is giving them the distraction? Who is allowing them to watch TV, play games, or they see us around, right? They see their parents checking WhatsApp messages while eating, or talking to someone, or reading a book. So everybody, eating has to be taken very seriously. Seriously, in the case, we have to leave everything and we have to learn how to eat mindfully. All of us together, not only kids. Only when they see everyone in the house is sitting for their food and there is no distraction at all, automatically your kids are going to eat without distraction. It's we who slowly teach them this habit of getting distracted through our behavior, and also we are sometimes lenient. Okay, you are eating this, then you can watch TV and eat. All that is a strict no. We all have to learn these habits of mindful eating as a family. That will go a long way when they grow up. When they become adults like us, then they will learn, they have already learned that what is mindful eating. So it is our responsibility to teach them what is mindful eating.
Okay, I think Prachi Gupta has raised her hand. Can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Can she unmute?
Yeah, I think she's trying.
Yeah, actually,
Hello.
yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. I
Are
can
you
hear
able
you.
to? Yeah. Ma'am, I'd like to ask you one thing. My boy is 2.7 years old. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. He's 2.7 years old, and the food he used to eat earlier, like the finger food, especially the cucumbers and the carrots and everything, he has just left all the food he used to eat earlier. And now he's become little fussy eater, and moreover, he's just not chewing the food, he's gulping the food. The problem with the toddlers, which I face with my first child also, like they'll just like to gulp the food, they don't like to chew it. So how to initiate the chewing process, and how to make them taste different variety? Like what should be the criteria followed in this?
See, if the food is soft for them, then they realize there is no need of chewing. I can directly gulp it. So don't give them, even vegetables, don't cook it too much. Keep it little raw. You won't be able to gulp raw food for sure, right? So if you give him the raw carrot stick, he won't gulp it. He will have to chew it. So the problem happens is when we cook food too much, and then they start gulping it down because they have some other distraction which is more important and interesting for them. So you have to learn recipes now at this age, because they can really explore different tastes of vegetables. You can learn to make different salads and zucchini pasta, where it will look like pasta but it is made with zucchini or vegetables, right? So they will have to chew it. Pasta they can gulp, but fruit or vegetable they can't gulp. So my suggestion would be, try to include foods in its most natural form as much as possible. Even if you make something, say if you make aloo tikki, make sure you add raw carrot, raw beans chopped very finely, something in that, so that he has to chew. Right, so that is one way, and you learn all these interesting recipes. And initially, like at this age when they're distracted, we have to take some extra efforts making it be appealing to eyes and even to their taste buds. Otherwise
Yeah.
they get bored and they start gulping down the food.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. But the thing is that, like, even I'm not losing my patience, but what I have seen, if I try very hard with him to give him little things like which he can chew, the intake of the food is very little at that time. Let me say, like, if I give him little khichdi, which is little soft with the curd, maybe he can take 10 spoons. But at the same time, if I keep boiled rice in front of him, he'll hardly take 2 to 3 spoons. So here, what I feel like as a mother, maybe if I'm too much hard to him, his stomach is not getting that, no, his hunger pangs are not being overcome. So how to take care of this thing?
Yeah, no, see, these are all strategies kids learn at very young age. They are testing us. Okay, if I don't eat boiled rice, my mother is going to give me khichdi that I like, and they are going to make these conclusions. Okay, and they will keep using this again and again, because they understand that if they don't eat, that is our weakness, and then we will listen to them if they eat less. So I still recommend you, don't get those things. Even though he is eating less, let him eat less. If he will never go hungry, see, kids cannot remain hungry for long. They will come back to you asking for food, and at that moment only we have to train them that if you are hungry, this is the only thing you are going to get. I'm not going to make your favorite food. See, once or twice it's okay. Once a week you can indulge, they can indulge in their favorite food. But let this not become a habit that every time you will make khichdi and you will not give them the other variety, because they need to learn to eat all types of foods, all the variety of grains, all the textures, not only their favorite food. And that will come only with this training. You have to be a little more strict. And don't worry, he will not go hungry. That time, maybe he will eat only 2 spoons, but he will come back again when he gets hungry.
And ma'am, one thing more, like you earlier, like in your step 1 only, you mentioned not to buy these packet foods and packet things. But what about these food supplements like which we put in milk, the Pediasure and other things? Are those recommended?
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but Sai, we have a long list of questions. And
Okay.
of course, time constraint we need to keep in mind. Prachi, I'm so sorry I had to cut you in between. And like you also mentioned, most of these, such questions will be covered in the concept videos in the course. So may I please request you if you can take, other questions because people have been waiting. Thank you so much.
Sure, sure. But the short answer is no. We don't recommend all these ready-made powders. Okay, next.
Okay, so Sri Rajeshwari is asking that can you show the course content again once?
Yeah, sure. Karishma, you please proceed to the next question. I'll go back into the slides.
Okay. Gayatri is asking, my little daughter is 3 years old and only 10 kg. Not saying she's hungry even if no food after 3 hours. Can you please suggest?
Actually, you will have to check why she's not hungry, whether she has digestive issues, stomach problem, food allergy. We don't know. We have to see. But see again, 3 hours. Don't have this fixed thinking. In 3 hours she should get hungry. Right? She's 3 years old, so let her. Sometimes I have seen kids not eating for 8 hours. They get so engrossed in playing that they won't come for 8 hours, but when they come after 8 hours, they will eat anything that you serve it to them. So still have some patience. And if it is not improved, if she is not coming for many hours and if she is not eating, then you have to once meet the doctor and check if there is any digestive issue. Okay, there can be, we don't know. Like, this is, I'm not going to figure it out right now, but you may have to consult a doctor.
Okay, Pooja Niranjan is asking, my child is allergic to milk, so the recipes you will show will help?
Yes, Pooja. So we also believe in not consuming animal products, including dairy and dairy products. So all the recipes are dairy free. So all the recipes you can use.
Okay, Prisha is asking, can we view the ebook without registering for the course?
I don't think so. Only once you register, you will get access to ebook and videos and other content.
You can share the course syllabus on the WhatsApp group for your reference.
Okay. Again, Varsha is asking that what are the dates of the course and how long is this course? So this is an e-learning course, Varsha.
So that means you can start at your own convenience, but you will get access to this material and content for 3 months. Recipe book you can download anytime.
Okay. Gayatri is asking,
Back to the photo.
is there any ways I can ensure that my kid is nutrition enough, and how to identify malnutrition, or how to identify that is she getting enough nutrition?
So we don't have to go for all these parameters checking or go for any test to figure out whether your kid has enough protein or calcium and all that. Now, simple pointers like, your kid is not falling sick and he's playing, he's on top of all the physical activities. Mentally, he is able to grasp things very fast. All that is more than enough to understand that our kid has enough nutrition. And of course, he is not feeding on junk food, and major part of his food is fruits and vegetables and natural food. If that is happening, then we don't have to worry.
Okay. Aparna is asking, fruits in dinner is okay. Some people say that kids will catch cold if they will eat food in dinner.
No, that's a complete myth. Acha, in dinner, see, we should not mix fruits with cooked food. That is the idea. Fruits get digested very fast. Cooked food takes little time to digest. When you mix fruits and cooked food in the dinner, that is going to stay in your stomach for long, causing stomach upset, and even absorption of the nutrients is going to take a toll. That's the reason fruit should be consumed empty stomach. That means early morning when you get up or evening time as a mid-meal snack. That's the reason you should not consume fruits with your cooked meal in the dinner. There is nothing to do with cold cough or anything like that.
Okay, Irfana is asking that do we have lifetime access to these videos? No, we have 90 days access only. And
Yeah, recipe booklet is with you. You can use it even after 3 months.
many people have asked about the timing of the course. So again, repeating that it's an e-learning course. And Sangeeta is asking that the QR code is not working. Do we have to pay 999 or 799? Shweta.
Yeah, so you have to, if you book till Sunday, you have to pay 799. And in the chat box, I'll maybe share alternate, or in the group, I will share alternate modes of payment and the checkout link also. You can make your payments there, please.
Okay. Gayatri is asking, can we substitute sugar by palm sugar, or what is the alternative?
Yeah, black color organic jaggery is also fine, or these palm sugar, coconut sugar is also fine, but they are expensive. So it's okay. We don't have to use all these expensive alternatives. Simple dates, date paste, even in payasam kheer, somebody has mentioned that question. It tastes excellent. Only thing is, make sure that you are not taking your kids out from sugar addiction and giving them other sugar addiction. See, because sugar is processed. So fresh fruits and fresh dried fruits are the best sources of sugar. So occasionally you can use all these alternatives, palm sugar, coconut sugar, and jaggery. But overall, we have to reduce consumption of even these alternatives. Only then they will enjoy the sweetness of fruits.
Okay. Aparna is asking, nowadays fruits and vegetables are full of chemicals. So is it really advisable to give it to kids?
Very much, Aparna. So if you have access to organic sources, that will be great. Nowadays, at least all the big cities have access to direct organic produce from farmers. You have to take that extra step, but that is totally worth it. So please go and search for organic produce in your city. You will definitely find it. It's there everywhere. And buy fruits and vegetables. At least the things which you are consuming in the raw form. If you can invest it in the organic produce, that will be great. If you don't get it, don't worry. Soak it for 30 to 40 minutes. Of course, the pesticides and fertilizers go till the center of the fruit and vegetable. So soaking is not going to remove that. But at least whatever is there on the surface, we can get rid of it. But don't keep your kids away from fruits and vegetables thinking that they are not organic and pesticides. Then they won't have anything to eat. Everything that you are giving them, including the packaged food, is non-organic, right? So better to give them fruits and vegetables which have a lot of fiber and life and water and micronutrients than giving them anything other food items.
Okay. Dr. Rajal is asking, please can you repeat again timing of the course and access? Shweta, can you please switch on to that slide again? Many people have asked the same question. And
on the screen, I can see, Shweta, some lines. Can we remove those lines? Like somebody, something like that.
I have moved the permission to annotate, but these I'm afraid I'm not able to remove.
Okay, fine, sure.
Okay. There are many questions on specific weight, height, and their problems.
Yeah, so that won't come under today's scope of today's presentation.
Yeah. So Karishma, we can take up any questions, if there are any about the discussion today or about the course, because we are running short of time also. So please take that into consideration.
Okay, sure. I'm just checking again. Okay, so Shri Rajeshwari is asking that can we know or can you show any one recipe from your ebook? Shweta, can you please answer?
I'm afraid we will not be able to show recipe from an ebook. But Sai, I'll request you if you can give some tip to make a quick healthy recipe, maybe a tip or something, or maybe a substitute that these people can use?
Yeah. So basically, all the recipes provided are using clean ingredients. That means, as I told you, somebody is asking how to replace maida. So I'll just give you one example. Instead of maida, the refined flour, in the recipes we have used whole grain flour. So whole wheat atta or ragi flour or jawar flour. That is what you can replace your maida with. Right. So each and every recipe that we have given, it is there are no refined flours, there is no refined sugar, there is no refined oil and no dairy products, because we have used the alternatives, the better natural plant-based alternatives of all these products. So that is how all the recipes are designed.
Okay. Rani is asking that we can't cross question as this course is not live.
Yeah, you can always type your question and we will answer them in that same platform on which you are accessing the course. There only you can keep typing your questions and we answer all the questions that participants go through when they start accessing the course.
Okay. She also wants to get added on the WhatsApp group, Sri Rajeshwari, and she's saying that she's still not in the group.
Actually, there is no group for the paid participants. Once you pay, you get access to the course. The group that we have, the WhatsApp group, that was for coordination of this session only.
Okay. Devamita is asking, can I get the recorded video of this session?
Yes, recording will be shared on the WhatsApp group that we have.
Okay. Shivika is asking that Tang glucose, how good are these?
Anything store bought with artificial flavors and artificial ingredients and sugar is not good.
Okay. Sri Rajeshwari is again asking that can you please show the contents of ebook, if not the recipe?
I think this is what.
These are the video recipes on your screen, and like I mentioned, we are going to share the course syllabus. The syllabus has details of all the recipes, video recipes, text recipes, and even topics, the health concept topics that are covered in the course. All those details are in the syllabus. After the session, I will share the syllabus on both the groups.
Okay. I think we are done with the questions. Rest of the questions are recipe based and they're asking recipes for the same.
Okay. So yeah. So all the recipes that you're looking for, you are going to get it in this course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see some people have raised their hands. So Aparna, can you please unmute yourself and ask a question?
Actually, she has typed her question here. She is asking for a dip recipe for veggies. So Aparna, you'll get all the. Okay, you have any other questions, please?
Yeah, ma'am, just wanted to say thank you that this session is there and it is a very marvelous session and I think it's much needed thing. So just wanted to say you thank you. And one more thing, ma'am, that I asked one more earlier question that, about the chemicals thing and all. But what about how to get rid of those chemicals which are inside that? The farmers and all, they are using the chemicals start from the inception. As you told that organic thing and all those organic and all, they are not readily available actually, and even if they are very triple the cost or maybe 4 times the cost. So how to cope up with all these?
Very true, Aparna. But if you see in the long run, spending 3 times more, and see, you can make a list. You don't have to go organic in one shot, everything. Like you don't have to start with spices and grains being organic initially. Just focus on fruits and vegetables that you are going to eat. Right? So you start with that, but slowly you will realize that this is that you won't have to pay your doctor bills and medicine bills. And that is the truth, that is the fact. So you will save on all that doctor bill and medical bill and consultation charges. But this is please take that extra effort. And in your city, please inquire around. At least There are so many people, and they are not very expensive nowadays because we have direct connection with the farmers, and there are not many middlemen coming in the picture. So you will have to spend some time, but it is totally worth. As you yourself told, there is no way to remove those chemicals and fertilizers gone till the center, because they use it from day one. Before sowing also they use that. So there is no way to remove it. And that's why we have to take.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So I think I need to go, Karishma. It's time up. I have next session. So
Okay, thank you so much, Sai, for taking
Ma'am,
all the
one question, ma'am. Not a question actually. I'm not there on any group, but I just want to see the syllabus. If I'm not there on any WhatsApp group, how do I see the syllabus so that I can pay money after seeing the syllabus? That's what my query was.
Yeah, sure. Do you have our number, any of our numbers? You can maybe share, or can I have your name? Maybe I'll jot down your details. You can give me on the chat box. I'll take
Yes,
down your
ma'am.
details. We'll get you added.
Yes, ma'am. Because I received an SMS today. Just seeing that SMS, I just joined. I'm not on any
Okay.
WhatsApp group.
All
Okay.
right, all right. Please share
Okay.
your email, your phone number and your name in the chat
Yes,
box. We'll
yes.
have you
Yeah,
added.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. So I'm sure questions will continue. It was such an engaging session, and thank you so much, Sai, for taking up all the questions patiently. And such sessions we do
Hello,
hope
ma'am.
will keep having more often. So for now, I think we'll conclude the session. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And have a great evening ahead and a great weekend ahead. Thank you so much.
thank you.